Hey Brandon TV viewers and Ghostbuster fans, welcome to another video right here on YouTube. I'm your host, as always, Brandon, and man, was that a Ghostbusters movie or what? I've seen it 3 times already since the opening weekend, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday, and I will do my full thoughts, full spoiler review if you haven't seen it, not in this video, so don't worry. But in another video coming soon. I'm trying to get my friend to do it, but he's traveling right now, so I don't know if it's gonna work. I'm just gonna wait for a couple days and see what happens. But man, I went to the event on Friday night, opening night. I went to an event. I'm in Toronto. It's about an hour away to a special Imax theater. It was the only theater in Canada doing this event. It was live streamed from the Chinese theater in LA, where I'm showing these pictures here. You guys are probably all familiar with seeing this theater either in a movie somewhere, because they always film movies there, like outside. Or you've seen people have premieres there, movies have premieres there all the time.
You can't think of Hollywood and not think of the Chinese theater. It's been a part of my life as long as I can remember. Just knowing that the 1984 Ghostbusters, the original, played here, and that I'm standing inside the theater now, where Ghostbusters Afterlife is on its opening night. It's the most extraordinary feeling on earth. I was nervous my whole life about ever touching anything Ghostbusters because I consider it precious. So to pick this up for just a moment and pick up this baton, it's really intimidating, but then to bring it out to audiences like this and for them to embrace it, I'll never experience anything like this again in my life. You're an IMAX.
So it was a fan event, IMAX special fan event, only in, I think it was 19 theaters total, and then the one here in Canada, so 20 theaters. And it was a cool event, and so you arrived there, and this is what it looked like with the screen, and you could tweet your questions to Jason. And how it happened was, I guess it started at 8 o'clock. Jason was supposed to be there, so about 15 minutes to 7:45. I guess he's a DJ on a local radio station there in LA. He was kind of doing some trivia with the audience. Couple things with that. He knew it was being live streamed, but we could hear him because he had the microphone, but the people in the audience answering the questions, we didn't hear them. He didn't repeat the answers back or confirm. So if you didn't know the answer, which most of them, by the way, were really, really easy, but some of them were like, crap, I don't know that, or I forgot what that is. So I wish he would have repeated that back because we couldn't hear him. So that was that. And then Jason came on, and it was cool. He was talking for about 25 minutes, and I'm gonna put a whole bunch of videos at the end of this video showing some things that he said. But in this little piece that I'm doing now, like he was talking about some Easter eggs, which was really exciting. And instead of me saying, let's just listen to Jason here and hear what he has to say about some of the Easter eggs in the movie, which I thought were really cool.
There's a lot of Easter eggs in this movie. I didn't hide all of them. They were being hidden by everyone on the cast and crew. I'm still finding out about them.
Can we talk about some of the Easter eggs, or do we have to wait?
No, we can go. We can do that.
What are some of the Easter eggs that you can remember that are in the movie?
Okay, I'll give you a few things to look for. Some will be obvious, some will be less so. The first time we meet Phoebe, she has a headlamp on. And it is a reminiscent moment from, does everyone remember Egon Spengler with his headlamp on? Woo! Then you're gonna love that moment. Does anyone here remember, you were throwing some softballs out there earlier on the trivia.
But everybody was good. They were good. They didn't spit them out.
Yeah. What was Egon's one toy as a child? A slinky, but he straightened it. That's exactly right. And there's a straight slinky in the movie. If you see Phoebe in a purple t-shirt, try to look really close. In fact, you're in the perfect place. You're in IMAX. This is the perfect opportunity to see one of the great Easter eggs in this movie that no one has spotted yet, actually.
Really?
And it is in Phoebe's t-shirt, so look closely. Mirror of a shot from the '84 film. There's a shot of Trevor leaning over the hood of the car and fixing the car that mimics a moment when Dan Aykroyd was fixing the car in the original one, so Bernie walks up the door. Hold on, I made a list of Easter eggs to talk about.
I love it. Aren't you loving this, guys?
Spores, molds, and funguses, that should be obvious. The housekeeping hand tag that was on Megan's office in the original, look for that. A crunch bar. Everyone remember the crunch bar? Yeah! Why does he give Egon the crunch bar? Because? That's right, here. Here's a fun one. There are 2 references to other films of my father's in this movie. My father was the producer of the St. Bernard children's films, Beethoven. Listen for that reference. And my father's first film, does anyone know the name of my father's first film?
No, let's see.
No. My mom actually paid for half of this movie. Really? Yes, and it was called Cannibal Girls. Look for that reference.
You know, when you put something like that in the films, are you constantly racking your brain? Like, how am I going to fit this in? How are people? No?
No, when Jill Cannon and I sat down to write this movie, we made a list of everything we wanted to see inside this movie, and we could only fit about a third of it in there. I mean, look, this movie is very much a new story about a new set of characters, and at the heart of them is this young girl named Phoebe. That said, we love movies, we love Ghostbusters, and we wanted this to be just a trip down memory lane in the most fun way possible.
Okay, so there is that, and I saw what's on the shirt. Now, if you have, I'm not going to say here, but look on the shirt, it's really cool. I think she wears it in 2 or 3 scenes in the movie, but the straight and slinky, I didn't find that one. So that's one I didn't find out. And yeah, the IMAX movie was really cool. Coming up in the States, you guys had the AMC popcorn. This thing I'm showing on the screen, the popcorn Ecto 1. We don't have that in Canada. We don't have AMC. So I was lucky enough to get a friend of mine, a Ghostbuster friend in the States, get me one. She's going to send it up for me. We'll do a full review as soon as it comes in. But we had here in Canada, we had the tin available. This is the tin we have. So it has the a little Stay Puffs and the logo on the other side, just the metal tin for the popcorn. And we had the cups with the toppers like everyone. So I got the little marshmallow guy. On Saturday, I got the logo one and the this one. I'm working on another video. I haven't got Slimer yet, but I'm working on another video, which you'll see very soon. But I'm gonna go see Ghostbusters again this Thursday, and then another time for a specific reason. I won't say anything more than that, but just stay tuned to the channel to find out more. And if you haven't already, please subscribe, like this video, comment below. I really need all the help I can get and traction I can get. So if you're loving what I do and the fun videos that I produce, please help out me. That'd be great. It doesn't cost you anything but a quick little click. So I love the cups and all this kind of stuff. So that was cool. And here in Canada, if you're watching in Canada, I'm going to show you what was on the Cineplex screens. So it's showing here the Cineplex screens, what kind of things are available. So it's actually 2 cups and 2 buckets. The way they do the graphics, it's front and back they show. So 1 front, 1 back. It looks like 4 buckets, 4 cups. So it's 2 buckets, 2 cups with 4 toppers. And you can choose whatever they have there. And then I wanted the plushie. I want the Muncher plushie so bad. They didn't have it. Okay, listen to this. So I went to 7 theaters in 2 days to find this plushie. No one here has it. And I see you guys have it at AMC. So hopefully I'll be able to get that somehow. Maybe I'll go to some other theaters that are kind of way farther, an hour away in the suburbs, because I'm downtown Toronto, but I couldn't find the plushie. I was really not upset, but I want that plushie. I want Muncher. Muncher's so cool in the movie. One of my favorite parts. So Also, the cool thing that Jason said is about the credits. I'm gonna let Jason speak here, and then let's see what he says about credits.
Well, I mean, again, if you stay for the credits, which I recommend you do, it would be a shame if you left before the end of the credits. Right. You will see that there are 1,000 people who made this movie all around the world. And they're all Ghostbusters fans. There's a lot.
So that was really cool. So I stayed to the end of the credits. Really cool scene. So obviously stayed to the credits. But take a look at this. I got this poster. So on the way out, I got this Imax poster. Very cool graphic. The thing is, in my small apartment, I already have the original Wheatfield Summer 2020 poster here. I like this poster. I will keep it, but when I move, I'll have somewhere to put it. I have no wall space because the room I'm in, and I don't know if you guys can tell from the videos, it's one big open room. So I don't have kitchen walls or dining room walls, this kind of stuff, or living room walls, just this main wall here. So I have nowhere to hang stuff right now, and there's a lot of stuff that I want to hang up. So I'm going to save on to this one, but it was really cool. I like this. This is when they are chasing Muncher in the scene, actually, and they kind of just re-imaged it a bit. So I have this poster on the way out, so that was kind of cool. So yeah, I'm going to play Jason's few more clips of what Jason had to say in this quick little get-together before they played the movie. And thanks for tuning in, guys, and comment below. Tell me what you think about the movie if you saw it. Until next video, peace, and see you next time.
Can you talk about my dad a little?
Sure! How excited was he for this?
I mean, over the moon. I mean, this is something that my father's wanted me to do for a long time. I've been asked for many years, would I ever make a Ghostbusters film? And I'm certain my father was hoping I would say yes.
Are you hella excited right now?
I really am. I can't believe it's opening weekend. I mean, I also just didn't think this was going to happen. You know, we've been sitting on the film for a long time, and I'm really proud that Ghostbusters is a Sony Pictures film, because Sony Pictures is the studio that is most dedicated to theatrical release. And that's the reason we're in this giant theater right now, is because in the last 2 years they had plenty of opportunities and offers to sell Ghostbusters to streaming. And as much as I love streaming, you know, unlike anyone here, streaming got me through the last few years.
Absolutely.
But what I missed was this. What I missed was buying the ticket, getting the popcorn, watching the trailers, and being in my favorite place on earth, in a movie theater with my friends, with strangers, and we're laughing together, and like, the first movie, I'm not sure how many for the rest of you, first movie I went back, I was like, oh, that's right, this is a movie.
Absolutely. Do you feel like that there is some anxiety leading up to opening day, opening night? Like, what are you feeling Thursday night, last night?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I want people to love this film more than any film I've ever made. The last 2 years has mostly been people coming up to me and saying, don't screw up Ghostbusters. Don't ruin my childhood. Don't disappoint your dad. Like, a lot of that.
Well, it's so funny because it's like, oh, I'm going to try my best not to screw. It's not like you are willingly trying to screw up the movie, you know what I'm saying?
That'd be messed up, right? I was like, oh, do you love this? Ha!
That's so awesome though that you were able to like, not necessarily revamp this because I feel like it tells its own story, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, look, we wanted to make a movie that again, reminded you of everything you love about Ghostbusters, and at the same time, go to a new location with new characters on a completely new adventure. And for me, it was really important to do that with a 12-year-old girl at the lead of the movie, because my daughter at the time was 12, my writing partner, Gil Kennan's daughter, is 12, and we wanted this movie to lead up to a young, brilliant, scientific 12-year-old girl who's kicking ass.
Shall we go to some Twitter questions?
Oh God.
Do you guys want to do that? Some Twitter questions? Kelly Spaz, that's literally what the name looks like. In the car, and it goes
So it's funny when my Twitter
Give up.
That's my name. I'm fine with that.
Sorry if you're here, Kelly. In the car in Ghostbusters Afterlife, a recreation of the original car, or is it the same from the original movies? Well, we heard about the original.
That's a great question, actually, because the car that was chosen for the original, that was chosen by Dan Aykroyd, is a 1959 Intermediate Cadillac, and they only made 100 of them.
Really?
Yeah. So the original one from 1984 is on the lot. I have so many pictures. So when you see people take pictures of the car on some lot, that is the real one. And I've actually been lucky. I've just been traveling around the world with this movie. I've gotten to meet Ghostbusters in Mexico, in the UK, I was in Amsterdam, I was in Paris, and there's an Ecto-1 in every one of these places.
Really?
Yeah, because there's Ghostbusters groups in every city. Are there any Ghostbuster group members here tonight? It's awesome. So when you see someone dressed up as a Ghostbuster, this is not an adult child. This is someone who loves Ghostbusters, but also is a member of a Ghostbusters group. And what these groups do is raise money for children's hospitals and do charity work around the world. They're amazing. It's really extraordinary. They do this everywhere. I don't care what country you go to. There's a Ghostbusters group there. They have their uniforms, they have their packs, they have the cars, they have their own patches, and they show up at hospitals and they raise money and they do incredible work. And I wish more people knew about that.
How do you feel when you hear stuff like that?
So, to have been on the set of Ghostbusters in 1983, and to watch my father be a part of a cultural touchstone is extraordinarily intimidating. You can imagine what it's like to grow up in the shadow of that.
Right.
And I was nervous my whole life about ever touching anything in Ghostbusters, because I consider it precious. I really admire it, I really love it, I see the impact it has on people. It just makes people happy. It's the kind of movie people used to put into VCR because they just want to have a better day.
Right.
So to pick this up for just a moment, and pick up this baton, and pretend for a second like I'm just going to carry the baton for a second, it's really intimidating. But then to bring it out to audiences like this, and for them to embrace it, I'll never experience anything like this again in my life.
And it's almost extra intimidating because it's something that your dad did.
Yes!
Right.
And he was there the whole time.
Right.
Like, I want you to just imagine for a second.
Mine ran off 20 years ago.
Okay, so then we can be good. It's like, Dad, shut up! No, like honestly, like your folks, like, came with you to work every day, and weighed in on all of your decisions.
Micromanage or no?
He's a director. Like, we're both directors. And so, like, yes, we would get in fights sometime, but then like, if you're on the phone and we're like talking about the movie and going over notes and we're getting into it, it doesn't matter how hard we fight, at some point we have to stop and go, okay, how's mom?
Right. But at a certain point, are you like, Dad, this is my movie? Okay.
I would never say that because Ghostbusters doesn't belong to me.
Right.
But it also doesn't belong to him, and that's the kind of crazy part. It belongs to everyone here. And we borrow it. And we're not going to see more Ghostbusters movies. What we wanted to do is film a set the table. This is not the end of something.
Right.
This is hopefully the beginning of something, so we can see more but I'll do some fun stuff because we're talking about Ghostbusters tonight. Here's the best thing. You need wind. To make a Ghostbusters movie, and I want you to look for this tonight too. Ghosts show their presence by wind. And we had a truck that was just fans. Everything from a leaf blower to a 6-foot ritter. You know someone's in the presence of a ghost because their hair starts to wave, their clothes start to move. And that goes back to the original. If you think about the guys approaching the library ghost in the first film, and the way their hair is moving, and the way their clothes are moving, and that's tricky. We had long sessions where we talked to this special effects guys who operate the fans how to make the wind seem magical.
That's awesome.
Right? It's fun.
Right. Here we go, another sort of question. What was your favorite part of working with the casting crew on this movie?
Oh my God. Okay, so a lot of things. things. And you have to understand that I've been making movies with the same people forever. So my cinematographer, Eric Spielberg, who shot this film, we met when we were 15 years old. Like, we got dropped off on our first set because we couldn't drive yet. And he's the guy who shot my short films. He's the guy who shot my commercials. He shot Juno. He shot everything, you know? And I feel that way about Steve Morrow, my production sound guy, who I work with, because since then he was working with Jason Blumenfeld, my first AD, who we met to do commercials. I mean, it's intimidating making a movie like this, but I was capable of doing it because I had a crew that I've known forever. And these incredible people who I met up in Calgary, where we shot the film. It was one of those beautiful places on earth.
I love that you work with your crew, because it's like they have your back. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and they care. And look, I say this to young filmmakers all the time. It's not your job to try to convince, like, you know, Darius Kanji or Tom Siegel to come shoot your film. Find the people your age who you want to grow old with. Because on a shitty day on set, it's not going to matter how talented the other people sometimes. What's going to matter is that you love each other and you're in it together and you're going to hold each other up. That's what's going to matter on the bad days.
What would you say to someone? What would you say to someone that's created a film, no one maybe have seen it, and they are discouraged? How do you convince that person to keep going?
You have to tell stories every single day. I think there's this mistaken identity in film that you know what the film is from day one, like Hitchcock could like storyboard everything, or that it's supposed to be, you know, you made one thing and you're a genius because it's the first thing you ever made. If we approach guitar that way, or poetry that way, or painting that way, or literally any other art form, you'd think it was crazy if someone's like, I painted one painting, it's the first thing I ever painted. Judge me for my career on this. It's like, no, we grow. We're all still trying to figure out how to do this. I'm still trying to figure out how to do this. What I tell people is, there's two things that are gonna happen simultaneously. One, maybe a little young for this movie. Just, that's tad young. It's PG-13. Two things are happening simultaneously. One, you're learning your skill. You're learning how to tell stories, and you're learning how to shoot, you're learning how to cut, and you should be telling stories in any way you can. I include TikTok. I've seen phenomenal TikToks that are really well cut and really well shot, and they tell a story and they're funny, and it sounds ridiculous, but it's true. This generation is making TikToks every single day. They are learning how to tell people films every single day. And the other thing, go have a life. I mean that. Go make mistakes, go have a life, because these two things at one point are going to converge. At one point, you're going to have something to say because of all the shit that's happened to you in your life. And right at that moment, when you were like, okay, I now have something to say because of what I've learned, you want the other side, the side that is learning how to tell stories, to meet with it. So by the point you know it, you have something to say, you know how to say it.
You know what's interesting? I love, going back to your TikTok question, I feel like there have been so many people that have been discovered from social media because you realize how creative people are on TikTok and YouTube and things like that. So it's almost like an unconventional way for people to get discovered.
Look, and I get the irony of me talking about TikTok. When people ask me, how do you become a director? You know, my first answer is always, be born the son of a famous director. It's infinitely easier. I shouldn't be telling anyone. I'm literally the luckiest person who has ever been born. I was born to this brilliant filmmaker. I got to grow up on the set of Ghostbusters, and my dad loves me. Like, it's a really nice career. I'm very, very lucky. But I spent my life going to film festivals, watching people be discovered out of nowhere, and that's one of the most incredible things to be a witness to, is storytellers who are coming from everywhere, who are learning how to make movies in all kinds of ways. And when I look at TikTok, I look at social media, I see the democratization of filmmaking.
I know you say, like, be born, you know, a famous director's son, but I feel like if you didn't have the talent, to do this yourself, you wouldn't be given said opportunity. Would you agree?
There's no way for me to answer this question. I can be humble or be like, yeah, I got the good. Like, I mean,
But you guys agree though, like if he did not have the talent, he wouldn't be given the opportunity to do the Ghostbusters.
How about you judge this in 2 hours?
Okay. Okay. Do we have? Fair enough.
It's kind of good.
Do we have time for another Twitter question?
Woo! Come on.
984. I love the addition of the flip switch under the iron arm. What's your favorite new modification?
This is such a wonderfully nerdy question. Okay, does anyone know what this question is referring to? Oh my god, you really are Ghostbusters fans. This is amazing. Alright, so there's a moment in the original Ghostbusters for anyone in the audience who has a dating life and doesn't know what the hell they're talking about. There's a moment in the original Ghostbusters, I'm sure you remember, and they're in an elevator, right? And they're like, oh, I guess we've never tested this equipment, right? And they reach over and they turn on Egon's pack. And there's this large booming sound and they back up because they're scared. You guys remember this moment?
Mm-hmm.
Right, and it's right. Sorry. It's right. It reaches over and we never saw the switch. We've never seen the switch in any of the Ghostbusters movies. And this was one of those things. When Gail and I made that list, we're like, we're gonna see this switch on a proton pack. That's so nerdy. I know how confused it sounds.
No.
For us, this stuff was real. Look, depending on how old you were, this movie was something very different for you. Like if you were a teenager or in your 20s when you saw Ghostbusters, it was the funniest movie you ever seen. You love Peter Beckman, I get it. If you were 7 years old when you saw the original, this was a horror film, this was a science fiction film. This was like real for you. The terror was scary, the library was scary. And I loved the ephemera of this movie as much as I loved the lightsabers. I wanted to ride an Ecto as much as I wanted to ride a speeder bike on Endor. Like, I was into this world. And so, yeah. If you understood the flip the switch moment, when it happens, you're gonna be so happy. Particularly in IMAX, with this sound in here.
It's gonna be good. It is fun. So guys, are you super excited for this? I have one question for you guys. Who do you have a
Ghostbusters!